Yo, what's going on, guys? A bit of a different environment, as you guys can tell by the background. But in today's video, I'm going to explain to you guys how I personally went from being a bench warmer for an entire year at the age of 15, feeling like I was about to quit football, not getting any game time whatsoever, maybe 5 to 10 minutes on average every single game if my coach felt like putting me on at the end of the match. Going from that version of myself at the age of 15 to now playing for a professional club at the age of 19. Not only that, but also playing in much higher divisions prior, but still getting the full 90 minutes week in, week out, simply because I changed one thing when it came to my mental approach to sitting on the bench. A simple mindset change that allowed me to go from sitting on the bench, watching my teammates who were worse than me, play over me, thinking that the coach had something against me, to just simply taking their role and having them sit on the bench and have me play the full 90 minutes by simply changing one thing, okay? Today's video is very short. It's all about a simple perspective, a change in the mindset that is actually going to allow you to achieve these results, okay? So I'm going to cover that the moments and the next 3 to 4 minutes. Now, before we get into how you can achieve this mental mindset shift, it's actually quite simple. I want to point one thing. Why do you sit on the bench? Ask yourself. Genuinely think, why do you sit on the bench? Because I can tell you, it's not because your coach hates you. It's not because he has something against you. It's not because other players are a lot better than you in the team, okay? There's a very specific reason as to why he doesn't play you. Your coach won't play you, give you limited minutes as opposed to everybody else. And that reason is obviously you as a footballer. If you were this amazing player, if you were the best in your team and you seriously balled out every game, every training session, then there is no reason for your coach not to play you. He would be giving you the full 90 minutes week in, week out. But for some reason, a lot of you guys think that, you're perfect. The whole football team revolves around you. For some reason, the coach has something against you. He has favorites. There's discrepancies, it's corrupt. And that's why you're not getting the minutes you deserve. Does that sound familiar? Because this was me when I was 14, 15, 16. I hardly ever played the full 90 minutes. Especially when I was 15, on the 16s of football, back in Australia. I would get 10, 15 minutes at the end of the match. The only time I'd play longer than that is if we had injuries, if for some reason the player in my position was not available that day, then I would get 45 minutes. I wouldn't even get the full 90 minutes. The full 90 minutes was like a dream for me back then. Why? Because I simply weren't as good as I thought I was. There were other players in the team who were a lot better than me, okay? They were better than me in a certain aspect. As a midfielder, they had something over me that I particularly didn't have or have at the level of that player. Hence why he took my spot, okay? But this is the reality. These are all the reality. The mindset shift that I'm talking to you guys about is simply understanding your position on the bench. When you're sitting out on the bench, you're observing your teammates, the field, the game, and you're sitting there with frustration. That feeling of, why am I not playing? This kid is worse than me. How is he getting minutes over me? Okay? That anger, that internal sayings that you keep repeating to yourself over and over again, and you're too afraid to say it out loud to your coach or the teammates next to you. You might whisper to the guy next to you saying, yo, how is he playing? And I'm not, he's so bad, he can't even pass the ball. The things that you're afraid to display to the public, these thoughts. What I personally did, I was a very rational person, okay? I thought to myself, okay, I'm not playing cool. There's a reason. Clearly this guy in the midfield is doing something over me that I'm not particularly doing, okay? And instead of being, frustrated, saying, why am I not playing? This kid is ass. This kid can't play football. All these things. I thought, who is this guy? Who is this guy? Genuinely. Who am I to sit on the bench? I was probably the most hardworking player at the time when I was 15 in that team I was playing around. Who is this guy to come to this team? Keep in mind, that was his first season in that team. Who is this guy to come to this team, into my position, take my spot, and have me sit on the bench when he wasn't even as good as me? who is this guy? And I thought to myself, with all the hours I'm putting into the sport, the very specific food I'm eating, the certain time I go to sleep, the certain time I wake up, the certain protocols I do from day to day, I deserve this. I know for a fact this guy doesn't do it. This guy has nowhere near the level of dedication in which I obtain. So how does he deserve minutes and I don't? When you're putting in the inputs, when you're putting in the work, when your teammates aren't doing the work, when you're doing the work, that's when you deserve your minutes.